Hi, happy hump day, everybody, and welcome to this another edition of Time Out Overtime on the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel. I'm Rick Arsenal. You know the drill. If you haven't done so yet, get down there and smash that like and subscribe button. Make sure to tell your friends. Let them know the next subscriber to my podcast will indeed be the winner. And if you're already a subscriber, you can tell them what they're going to win. Okay. Three main topics of discussion today. Of course, the Tigers, as you saw in the headline, this is about as low as it's gotten since AJ Hinch has been here, I think. And last night, again, another late lead blown. I think, what is it now? The Tigers, from the sixth inning on, have 11 blown leads. The closest team to them has 8. That's why when people ask me what their problem is, I in spite of all their other shortcomings, first thing I would point to was the bullpen. And oddly enough, when the season started, folks, I thought this bullpen would be halfway decent. You know, they went out and they brought Kyle Finnegan back, and they went out and signed Kenley Jansen. They signed Drew Anderson from Korea, who had been pitching in Korea, not from Korea, but he got off to a rough start. He's probably been their most reliable arm out there in the bullpen, and I don't know why he wasn't in there in the 8th inning last night, but 8th inning, complete nightmare. But before they got to the 8th inning, and they lost the game 10-6. They had a 6-4 lead going into the top of the 8th inning, and Wenzel Perez botched the ball in right field. It would have been the final out of the inning. Okay. He messed it up. And naturally, after that, then next guy up there hits a grand slam with 2 out. That made it 9-6 for good measure. They had another home run in the 10th inning off of Holton. Earlier in the game, they had the Angels had a runner at first base hit to center field. And if you didn't see it, base hit to center field, a single. And runner at first scored all the way from first base, came home because of Matt Verlaine's extremely cavalier attitude in the outfield. He wasn't hustling. And to me, the disappointing thing on all of that was, if I'm AJ Hinch, I have to, there's one thing to be bad, okay? Above all, it's one thing to be bad, folks, but there's no excuse for not hustling. No place for it. And I thought AJ Hinch could try to defend him after the game when asked about it. I think AJ Hinch is a good manager, but he should have been removed from the game after that. You can't have that. Totally cavalier. How does a guy score from first base on a hit base single to center field? Oh, you explain that to me. He's either not hustling or he's got his head up his ass or whatever out there in center field. But I'm sorry, no place for that. So what are they now? 13, 14 games under 500. Casey Mize is pitching tonight. If they don't win tonight, they're going to get swept because Jack Flaherty's pitching tomorrow. Where does it end? You know, look, some people have already given up on them. They've given up on baseball because they've conceded the fact that there won't be any baseball next year, or at least not a complete season. I think the best case scenario, if you're a baseball fan, for next season would be they get 60 or 70 games in. Probably not until August the 1st, somewhere around there. See, they're in no particular, neither side is in any particular hurry to get anything done right now. There's no negotiating going on. None. And there won't be. Even after the current collective bargaining agreement expires on what? Midnight, December the 1st? even after that expires, there won't be any negotiating. I can assure you of that. So for those of you, well, that enjoy baseball and, and Tiger fans or not, enjoy this season while you have it, because now you've got to wonder. And it became apparent. Bob Nightingale of USA Today, talking to an all sports station out of Toronto, I believe mentioned a couple of things. And I happen to agree with him. The Tigers could get a bigger haul for Tarik Skubal if they don't wait until the trade deadline. They trade him before the trade deadline and agree to pay his salary for the rest of the season, which would be roughly somewhere, depends on when you're trading him. Now we're at the deadline at roughly somewhere between 12 and $18 million, something in there, something that's a rough estimate, what I can see anyway. Casey Mize's contract is also up after this season, but you can't let them both go. You got to try to extend Mize. He's pitching tonight. As far as this bullpen goes, I don't know what to tell you. Hard to watch, hard to listen to. Dan Dickerson sounds disgusted. What's up, Perez botched that ball, and then after the game, all he could do was brag about the home run that he had on social media afterwards. No apologies for messing up in the outfield. I'm disappointed in AJ Hinch. Verlander should have been taken out of the game. And in sharp contrast to that, he defended him afterwards. Very disappointed in AJ Hinch as well. I'm not saying he's not a good manager, but as a manager of a major league team, and I see something like that, one of my players isn't hustling. Like they've got a very cavalier attitude out there in the field. I won't stand for it. I won't have it. I'm sorry. Just won't. So just think right now about what they could get for Tarik Skubal. And like I say, I have to agree with Bob. He named the 4 teams that he thought would be bidding for Skubal services. Toronto, the Blue Jays, the Yankees, the Padres, and the Dodgers, of course. The Dodgers do have a plethora of top-rated outfielders. I believe at AA Tulsa, Tigers, Scott Harris. Send a scout down to Tulsa to watch them play down there, that Tulsa team. I think he'd get a bigger haul, like I said, if he would trade him sooner rather than later, and agree to pay the rest of his salary for the season. But you can't. I don't think. One of my colleagues think they should trade both Mize and Skubal. You got to keep one. You can't let them both go. That's the way I look at it anyway. Only the Colorado Rockies have a worse record right now than the Detroit Tigers do in the major leagues. It's sad. It's just plain sad. And as I've said before, and I'll continue to repeat, the people that I feel sorry for are the ones paying money to either go to the ballpark or watch this on TV. It's a clown show. It really is. And the psyche of the players right now, they have to be going to the ballpark. They have to be driving to the ballpark thinking, well, what's going to go wrong today? What's going to go wrong tonight? I would be, anyway, if I were them. All right. So much for baseball. Finish Line Family Restaurant at Carlton Road in Hillsdale. Everybody knows where that is. I have no script. This is simply a testimonial on my part. It's been the best bar and sit-down restaurant in our area for the past 40 years, more than 4 decades, and for a good reason. It's everything you want in a good old-fashioned family atmosphere sit-down restaurant. Hours of operation, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. Starting tomorrow night, open Thursday and Friday night until 8 o'clock. Thursday night, classic car driving night. I think the theme for this is they're calling it a sock hop night. Maybe they'll have I don't know. That's just a theme, I suppose. But sounds like a good time every Thursday night. And Friday night till 8, of course, all you can eat fish. So remember, starting tomorrow, Thursday, the 28th, and throughout Labor Day, Finish Line Family Restaurant will be open Thursday and Friday night until 8 o'clock. And, you know, a lot of great menu items. The root beer floats and Cody dogs for the Thursday night drive-in, as well as the regular menu. As I said, a lot of good new items on the menu. I've had them all. They're good. Award-winning breakfast served all day. Fast, friendly service. Great family atmosphere. It's the place to go to dine in Hillsdale. And I can promise you, when you fuel up from food at the finish line, you'll always finish first. And you pay your bill and you're heading out the door, you will have a big smile on your face. I guarantee you that. Okay? All right. I'll see you there. I'll see you there tomorrow night, Thursday night. Better see you there, Thursday and Friday night. Okay? We're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance. Seniors, have you got your playbook ready for Medicare? Don't let healthcare costs bench you. We're calling an audible with Joe Rudin at Barrett Insurance to help you navigate Medicare and health insurance. So whether you're aging into Medicare, you're in a special enrollment period, or you're losing other coverage, Joe's got the stats and the know-how to help you score the best coverage for your needs. Plus, you get a game plan for retirement healthcare costs. Now, what about businesses? Businesses don't get sacked. Joe's got group health coverage options for you too. Give Joe a call at 517-849-1000 or check him out at www.barrettins.com. That's all one word, 2 R's and 2 T's, barrettins.com. You'll find him on the corner of US 12 and M99 in Jonesville. Joe Rudin Insurance, protecting your dreams, 517-849-1000. That's barrettins.com, Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. And of course, Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale, the only place in our area to go for tech service. 37 Walton Street, across the street from Fat Jack's Automotive, about 150 feet west of Howell, I suppose. Quality PC, downtown Hillsdale, 37 Walton Street. Any tech service needs at all. The staff at the Quality PC more than capable of resolving any technical issues you may have. Again, I have no script. This is testimonial for me. Computers never used. Flat screen TV, monitoring, programming setup. Maybe you're changing internet providers. You need that installed. Printers never used. Anything at all. Just get in there and see them. Will you please? With any of your tech issues, 517-610-5372. Quality PC, 37 Walton Street, downtown Hillsdale. You get in there and tell them Brick and Mickey sent you. Thank you very much. Lions OTAs started today in Allen Park, organized team activities. The media won't be in until tomorrow. I'm sure tomorrow morning, before they hit the field, Dan Campbell will have a presser. From what all we know today so far is that while Kirby Joseph is there and working out, he's not taking part in anything on the field right now. And I'm sure Dan Campbell will be asked about this tomorrow. We'll know a lot more tomorrow. I'll have a lot more to tell you on Friday. Reporters are allowed in tomorrow to observe the activities and questions for Dan Campbell and his staff. I do know before they got started today, Jack Campbell had about a half an hour long, I haven't watched the whole thing yet, press conference regarding his contract extension. What a fine, soft-spoken young man he is. He thanked everybody, his family, his wife. You won't find a nicer man than Jack Campbell. I am so happy for this guy. Good for you, Jack. All-pro, the Lions all-pro linebacker, Jack Campbell. The leader of our defense. That sounds pretty good to say that. I'll have a lot more to talk about on Friday in regard to the Lions. Now, bad news for Michigan State alum, as they have lost yet another president. And I think now, well, we know what the issue is, right? This is, I don't know if you call this bizarre or not. Anyway, if you're not in the loop on this, Michigan State University President Kevin Guskiewicz announced his resignation to become the president of Clemson University. Okay. And in doing so, he has taken a pay cut. Michigan State tried to retain his services by doubling his salary when they knew that another school may be trying to poach him. Apparently, money's not every good for Guskiewicz. Good for him. Apparently, money doesn't mean everything to this guy, because Guskiewicz cited his frustration with MSU Board of Trustees. That's where the issue is. Calling out discouraging behavior, public undermining, and the leaking of confidential information for personal agendas. Okay. But now he's the president of Clemson University, making considerably less money than he would have here. He couldn't get out of East Lansing fast enough, folks. Now you wonder why, well, if it worked for Tom Izzo, I don't know where this school would be. Izzo could not be reached for comment as he's on Mackinac Island. There's some kind of a policy conference going on up there or something. Apparently he's up there. I don't know why. Maybe just to speak. I don't know what he would have to do with all these politicians that are up there, but he's there. Could not be reached for comment. MSU has experienced significant executive turnover in recent years, as we all know. And if you're referring to a different president, the resignation letters outline different historic circumstances over the years. I'm not going to get into this list right now. Samuel Stanley Jr. resigned after stating he lost confidence in the Board of Trustees, noting that certain board members overstepped their boundaries and attempted to micromanage the university. I don't know when the trustee elections are, but it sounds like that those board members all have an ego that has to be fed. Then there's Luana K. Simon. She resigned after the Larry Nassar scandal. I think she should have gone to jail. She didn't. I think Luana K. Simon should have gone to jail. And we still don't know. And what I'm sure Tom Izzo had to know what was going on too at the time, and he said nothing. And they say that's another problem. The board will, Izzo he'll be there till the day dies. The board isn't going to ask him to leave or remove him. The only way Tom Izzo will no longer coach would be his own decision. Now, you want some good news, Spartan fans? It looks like Jeremy Fears is coming back. He had until today, I don't know what the deadline was to file for the NBA draft, but apparently the scouts have been telling him if he did, he would be nothing more than a second-round pick. Second-round pick money says he'd probably make more money staying at school for another year. Yeah, that's what college sports, Division I college sports has come to now. So it looks like Jeremy Fears, good news, Spartan fans, will be back for another season, mule kick and all. He better clean up his act on that too. Okay, I've said enough. I'll talk to you all again on Friday. Don't forget, every Saturday morning here locally on WCSR 92.1 FM, the Time Out Show with Andy and Jed from 9 to 10. And as I said, I'll talk to you all again on Friday when we'll have more to talk about the Lions. Casey Mize going for the Tigers tonight. If they lose tonight, they're going to get swept again because Jack Flaherty's pitching tomorrow. What? That's a shame. What's going on for the Tigers right now? Anyway, I know a lot of people that are canceling their subscriptions also to Detroit Sportsnet over this. Several so far, anyway. I'll talk to you all again on Friday. Until then, have a good rest of your Wednesday. And take care. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Remember to please treat each other with respect. So until Friday, I'll simply say, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching.